So what we are going to learn is, as we mentioned in the agenda, that why we do what we do. What drives us really? Because see, we all have desires, right? But those desires are just the vehicles. There is something underlying those desires. So, for example, if I want to become an engineer, this is a desire. If I want to earn lots of money, I want to have extraordinary relationship, I want to travel to places, or I want to invent something. These all are desires, but there is something underlying. So we need to understand what are those underlying things. And once we understand, there's a pattern in that. It's very important. Once you understand, you'll be able to know what really drives you. And if you feel stressed, or anybody who feels stressed, I'll tell you the reason. People, or any one of us, feels stress because of those little mismatches in those driving forces. Okay, and if we change those driving forces, change the sequence, give importance in a different way, the stress will be disappearing. Okay, so we'll discuss that. And there are only six those underlying needs. Then we'll talk about what is stress. Of course, the objective is to understand what is stress and how we can control it on the long term basis, on the consistent basis. And then finally, we talk about, if you really want to be happy and fulfilled throughout, then what are those 7 areas where we need to constantly give focus so that we can continue to do well no matter what is happening around us. Okay, so let's talk about this. So the first focus point is why we do what we do. Okay, what are the ultimate drives behind all human actions? So just remember, anything we think मतलब सोचते हैं, think, anything we feel, the way we behave, the way we act, these are the only 4 things we do. And all these 4 things, consciously or unconsciously, they are fulfilling some needs. They are known as human needs. Okay, Tony Robbins teaches it, and he has got the trademark also for this human psychological needs. There are only 6 needs. Whether it's Donald Trump, he also is working only for those 6 needs. Whether it is Narendra Modi, he's also working for those 6 needs. Whether any one of us, or any auto wala in Mumbai, or anybody in this world, on this planet, is trying to fulfill only those 6 needs. Okay, and now there is a lot of variations around those 6 needs, that how you give importance to what type of need, how do you do the priorities, or can we shift it, can we do something so that we feel more fulfilled, because it all depends. Our happiness and fulfillment, both success and fulfillment, they depend on those, the way we fulfill those needs. So there are some vehicles to fulfill those needs. So let us try to understand first 6 needs, and then we understand that there are vehicles to fulfill those needs. Okay, so these vehicles could be desires or anything which helps us understand that we are fulfilling that need. It may not be reality. Okay, it's all in the mind. It may not be the reality. Let's say you have, somebody has 1 lakh rupees in the bank account, somebody has 1 crore rupees. Now somebody who has 1 crore, he's not happy. Somebody who has 1 lakh is very happy. So it's the different way you give importance to different things, because in the way you think, that makes the difference. The way you think, what is your model of world, the way you think about certain need, that is what is very important to understand. So this is a little bit of introspections we are going to do. And as we continue to discuss, just focus and think about how do you prioritize needs. And we all do all these 6 needs, and we need to have all these 6 needs. We need to get these 6 needs fulfilled, otherwise we are going to feel stressed. So the first need is the need of certainty or comfort. Very simple. We all want to feel comfortable at any point in time. Okay, we don't like pains. Our brain doesn't like pain. So we have a need to avoid pain and desire to gain pleasure. This is humongous need we all have inbuilt in our system. Okay, so we'll talk about the in detail. Then the other need, just opposite of certainty, is uncertainty. If things become too certain in your life, you'll not enjoy. We need little bit of stimulus, little bit of challenge. Our brain needs, our nervous system needs little bit of challenges, some problems also we need. We enjoy that. That's the reason we keep shifting to new jobs, new roles, new responsibilities, okay, because we look for this type of uncertainty. Third need is significance, that we are important, we are unique, we are needed. We have certain meaning in our life. This is very important need. And this is what really can break the people if they have not understood how to utilize this significance need. But we all have this need. Fourth need is love and connection. We all want to be a part of a group. We all want to remain connected with some others. We all are love bugs. Our soul need that love. So that is the fourth need. These four needs, one, two, three, four, they are known as the needs of personality. Okay, they're the needs of primary. You will do anything to fulfill those needs. Okay, you can break your values. You can do anything in order to fulfill the needs because they are so important. But if we are running behind these four needs, the fulfillments do not come. We don't get fulfilled by fulfilling these four needs. That is the challenge. You may have lots of money in your bank account. You may have extraordinary relationship. You may be very highly recognized person in the world. You might have aircraft landing in your park. You can have tremendous life. But if you just focus on these four, you are never going to be fulfilled. Doesn't matter what you have and what you are right now, until you fulfill the next two needs. These are the next two needs I'm going to talk about. They are the needs of spirit. Needs of the spirit, the spiritual, they are known as spiritual needs. What are they? So number one is growth. We all need to have in our mind a sense of growth. Anything which is not growing is dying. So we all need to continue to grow, to keep doing something to grow. Okay, or see, again, it's all in the mind. Okay, what is happening in the reality, that is immaterial. Of course, we all are logical people. So when we see that today my salary is 2 lakhs rupees, tomorrow it becomes 5 lakhs rupees, so I see a growth in that, so I feel good about it. Correct? But this growth can be in multiple ways. Okay, it's not necessarily always in the form of results. You can have growth without seeing the tangible results also. There are ways and means for that. Six, and the most important of all, we'll try to understand later, is contribution. Contributing beyond yourself. So, if we people don't focus on growth and contribution, then life is going to be full of challenges. We are going to live in stress throughout. Doesn't matter how good we are, how good we become. So we got to understand that how do we shift, how do we identify what are the needs which are driving us, and how do we make a shift so that we get fulfillment right now. Now, out of the six needs, all of us need to fulfill all these six, but there are top two needs which drive us. The person who gives more importance to certainty will behave in a different way than the person who gives more importance to uncertainty. The person who gives more importance to significance will have a different life than the person who gives more importance to love and connection. Okay, so there are top two needs which drive the human behavior all the time. So let us try to get little more detail, and then we will discuss about it. So the first need is the need for certainty, the need for comfort. Okay, we need to have the stability in our life. Now, in order to have this stability, there are different ways. In order to have the comfort, there are different ways, there are different vehicles, and I'm going to give you some examples so that you get an idea about those vehicles. Okay. So, for example, if you look at security and survival, so we know that in the night we can sleep well just because our watchman outside is there. If the watchman is not there, we may have fear something wrong could happen, and then our need for stability will get disturbed, and we may not sleep well. Okay, this is just one example. Okay, what are some of the ways to what are some of the vehicles to fulfill this comfort need? And just listen carefully and see where you stand in terms of all this. So one of the ways to meet your comfort need is consistency. Okay, there are many ways. I'm just going to give three, four examples so that you can correlate. Now, consistency. Many of us want to like to have consistent behavior. We don't like to change. So the way we send email, we want to write in a certain following certain format, certain pattern. When we behave with somebody, we want to talk in a certain fashion. Okay, so there is a way in us which makes sure that we are consistent. Okay, when we feel that we are consistent, the way we work, the way we do things, the way we interact with people, then that gives us comfort. Okay, so that is one type. There are many people who get the comfort factor by controlling everything. If they're managing a project, then they would make sure that they control everything happening on that project, every person, also the entire environment. And I work with one of such person. He doesn't give liberty to anybody on any projects at all. So in fact, things get delayed because he wants to be involved everywhere. He wants to know what's going on, but he delivers. Okay, so he enjoys and he doesn't quit that. He's 57-year-old today, but he's delivering right now. So company doesn't say anything to him, but things could have happened faster. He works, he stretches himself too much. So there are people who get this comfort factor. They fulfill the need of certainty because they want to control, and only when they control, they feel comfortable. If they can't control, if somebody is speaking against them or going out of the way, and even if he's not going out of the way, but the guy is thinking in his head that something is going out of the way, he'll get uncomfortable, and he will not like that. He will get under stress. Okay, food, anything, food, shelter, all these things are we need to have. Whenever we feel hungry, we want to have food. And let's say we are getting hungry, and we know that there is no food in house. You'll get uncomfortable, you'll get stressed. My goodness, there's no food, I need to go to the market and buy it before the market closes, or so on and so forth. Okay, so that gives us comfort. Then identity, even negative identity. This is also a part of certainty need. So some people are known. This guy is a fair guy. That's the identity. So he'll always like to be fair. Some guy is punctual. He'll always like to be punctual. That's his identity. He'll not, if he is not punctual at any point in time, he'll get uncomfortable. He'll be stressed. He's not going to like that. And it's not that because it is in this nervous system. His nervous system, he's inborn with that. Okay, so that's in the nervous system. Some people have negative identity. Some people, like in the college, if you see people bully others, so they have this identity that, oh, don't go to this guy, they are known for that guy. Some people crack jokes, some people send weird remarks, so they have this negative identity and they would like to stick to that. Okay, so they draw this certainty, fulfilling their identity. And there are some people have this faith and belief in guidance. Somebody has faith in God, so whenever they have faith in God, they feel comfortable. Whenever their faith get disturbed, they don't like it. So these are some of the vehicles how a person fulfills the need of certainty. And we also, of course, we also follow some of these, or maybe something other than that. So in the what we need to understand here is that anything which we want to do, anything we do because we want to gain pleasure, we want to avoid pain. We want to avoid pain more than gaining the pleasure. That's the human tendency. Okay, it's because of our DNA training. So for example, that you must file your IT return by let's say 30th June. And if you don't file by 30th June, then you will be penalized. Okay, so you'll do everything by 28, 29 June to file it. Otherwise you'll be penalized. So you want to move away from the pain. Okay, so there is the certainty need involved. Okay, now the need number two. Now this is opposite of certainty. This is a paradox. Okay, so if things become too certain in your life, if you are able to predict everything, if you have got everything in under your control, no, you'll get bored. You're not going to like it. Okay, so this is the brain need, this is the nervous system need, that we want to have a little bit of variety in our life. Okay, so that is something unknown. There is some change, there is some new stimuli, and so surprises, excitements. diversity, challenges. So these are some of the characteristics of this need. So what are some of the vehicles to fulfill this? So let us understand. Learning something new. Okay, let us reading some good books, or reading a novel, or watching some movie. All these things are, you are trying to fulfill your uncertainty need. Okay, having some stimulating conversation with a friend or somebody, something which stimulates your nervous system. We enjoy talking. New job, this is very important for all of us. And in fact, when you keep doing the same thing again and again, you are in the same role and have same type of assignment, you're going to be bored. Okay, your certainty will get challenged. So you would like to look for something new which will give you a sense of growth. Okay, so new job, new location. We like to travel, go to different places, so that gives us. And that's why many of us in fact travel to hill stations or sea beaches, so that we take a break from our work, so that we fulfill our variety need. Take on new challenges, so we want to get some challenging assignments, so that no, which challenges us, and we have a sense of growth, and at the same time it helps us fulfill our uncertainty need. New relationship as well, so meeting new people, meeting new friends, making new friends. Some people fulfill. So for every need, there are different vehicles, and vehicles can be positive vehicles, it can be neutral vehicles, it can be negative vehicles. Now alcohols and drugs as well, these are also helping you fulfill your uncertainty need. So this is a negative vehicle, this is a destructive vehicle. Okay, but yeah, I mean, if people take once in a while, no problem, but people get addicted, then that's a problem. So these are some of the vehicles to fulfill our uncertainty needs. Now third one, and very very important one, because this is what causes all the stress. And I have seen many people, Tony Robbins keeps talking about it. Now this is needed, we all need it, right? But making giving it a very high priority becomes makes our life miserable. Okay, so we need it for sure, but making it a high priority is a problem. Now this is a need that we all want to feel unique, we want to feel important, we want to feel special, we want to feel needed. This is our nervous system core desire, it's a craving in our nervous system. Okay, we all have that sense of being needed. We want to have a feeling of importance, that I'm important. People give me respect, people give me attention. My life has a sense of meaning. I'm here on this planet to do something, and people talk good about me, that I have made a difference. I have done something for them, and I am unique. Okay, so these are some of the characteristics of significance need. What are some of the vehicles to fulfill this need? You develop new knowledge and skills. Okay, so learning something new. Now here there is one thing to understand, that you may say that development of new knowledge and skills is also a sign of growth. I want to grow, then why is it significant? Now this is a little there's a subtle thing to understand, that I am doing the same thing, I'm using one vehicle, but at the same time it is fulfilling my multiple needs. So development of new knowledge and skill, it is fulfilling my significance need, as well as it is fulfilling my growth need. What is that I'm thinking more about in my head? Am I thinking that when I acquire this skill, I become unique, I become needed, people give me attention? Or I am thinking that when I acquire this skill, it gives me a sense of growth and I enjoy? That is what life is about. So that thought process is very important. Okay, that thought process creates stress, or it creates eustress, which is a good stress. Now accomplishment, there are many people who like to get a lot of degrees, because that fulfills their need, nervous system need of significance. There are many who want to wear different types of clothes, they want to have a sort of style, many ring, or they'll have or different new types of clothes or something like that, because they want to become unique, they want to be separate from others. And then material possessions, many of us, or many people in fact, have this that they want to acquire a lot of material things. They want to have big house, or they want to have big cars, or they want to purchase a lot of wealth, a lot of jewelries, or something of that sort. Now again, having this material possession is also a sign of growth. When I'm growing, I'm living in a 1000 square feet apartment. Tomorrow I want to move to a 5000 square feet apartment. That is also a sign of growth. But what you are thinking, are you thinking because you want to gain respect? Are you thinking because people give you attention, or you are thinking that you want to feel that growth inside, that yes, I am growing on my path, I'm growing on my journey? Again, that thought will make the difference. Then there are some people who like to tear others down. They enjoy that, that they feel significant, they feel important when they tear others down. Okay. And some people like to take to violence to feel significance. People whose significance needs are not fulfilled, they resort to violence also. They keep a gun. Just see why violence gives you so much importance. It doesn't matter what is your physique and what type of person you are. You just put a gun on the head of somebody, that person is important in your view. Immediately he gains that significance. That's why people join terrorist group also, because they want to, or different type of gangs or so on and so forth, because they want to feel that sense of importance. And there are some negative identity also, and it has proved that many people fall sick if they're not getting attention. In order to get attention, they get sick because they release those hormones, those chemicals in the body, which makes them sick, and then they get attention from other people. Now, the fourth one is love and connection. Okay, what is love and connection? So, we all have this strong feeling of closeness or union with someone or something. Okay, we all want to have this bonding, that we are connected, we want to be part of something. So, what are some of the characteristics? You want to bond, you want to share, feeling a part of a team, a group, a club, intimacy. Okay, that's with spouse, and oneness, having that oneness, and that's why the spiritual things come into picture. So these are some of the characteristics of love and connection. What are some of the vehicles? Now, some vehicles are relationships, so we want to have this family relationships or relationships with friends, that we have some people with us, we are a part of the same, we think like that, we support one another. So relationships is a vehicle to fulfill your love and connection need, and this is very important to have this in our life. And when we discuss the 7 areas, you'll come to know the importance of relationship there. So that's why many people become part of different teams, clubs, groups, so that many people become member of Rotary or Lions or Toastmasters. Or I mean, this fulfills one of the need. Love and connection is one of the needs. Now the joining Toastmaster, it fulfills other needs as well. Joining Rotary Club fulfills other needs as well. But it fulfills love and connection need also. Being in natural surroundings, some people, when they're in nature, they have this connection with the nature, with the universe, and they enjoy that. Okay. The spirituality, and no wonder why our gurus or munis and rishis in those days, they were going to the jungle and doing the meditation, trying to connect with God, trying to connect with universe, and they were enjoying that. Because see, nobody is doing anything at all without fulfilling these needs, this one or more of these 6 needs. Okay. Now, pets, some people have this affection towards pets. They keep pets at home because it helps them fulfill their love and connection need, So many people are fond of dogs, and dogs are so popular animals without giving anything. Like cows have to give milk, hens have to give eggs, but this guy doesn't give anything, but is the most popular pet. Because if you go out in the morning, is wagging his tail, and when you come back in the evening, he's wagging his tail, as if he's very happy seeing you. So we develop that sort of love and connection with the pets. And many people try to get sympathy via sickness and injury. It's also what we discuss in significance, because we want to get the connection. This is also very critical. We all are love bugs. We need to have this need to fulfilled in some way or other. So if we are not getting this need fulfilled through positive vehicles, we'll resort to the negative vehicles. The needs are so important. You forget about values, you forget about your faith, you believe, doesn't matter, your needs must be met. This is how the nervous system is designed. So these are the four needs. Now the fifth need, which are known as the spiritual need of the spirit. Until in Hindi it is said tripti. Tripti means gratification, the quenching of your heart, your soul. So that is the these are the known as the spiritual needs, and these are growth and contribution. So it's very important that we have a sense of growth throughout in our life, throughout. And doesn't matter what is happening around. Just by reading a book, just by learning this new thing, you can have a sense of growth, and feel good about yourself. So if you give importance to growth, it is excellent. You'll never come under stress. So this is about an expansion of capacity, capability, or understanding. Okay, what are some of the kind of what is the characteristic? Everything in universe is either growing or dying. So you should have a sense of growth. See, anything which is not growing is dying. Okay, this is what we need to remember. So, and that's why we keep changing the jobs also. Even if things are we are not enjoying something, we just want to move out of that place. Something is happening, and hence growth becomes very important. But does it take top priority or not? That is the question. Okay, that we need to understand, that out of all those six, one which is at the top, that is determining my behavior, and that is determining my stress level. Okay. Now, the sixth and the most important of all is the contribution need, so that we have a sense of service to help others. We have a attitude of giving, and there's a tremendous joy in giving when you give beyond yourself. So none of us is martyr. We want to have a balance of contribution for ourselves and for others, especially when we do it with unselfish attitude. This is excellent. This gives you tremendous satisfaction. Okay, but when we give something to somebody with an intention to get back, then it becomes trading, and then it affects. When we talk about our spouses, when we talk about our intimate relationship with a spouse, husband or wife, and even if we love our spouse, our husband or wife, and we think that I love her because she has to love me, it's a trading. But when you do unconditional love, you don't matter. It doesn't matter. You just love her because you love her. You love her the way she is, without any expectation. You see, things change magically. Okay, and this is what we need to understand, that how we continue to keep growing and keep contributing. And contributing doesn't happen only in terms of money. Many people make mistakes of understanding that I have to give money to have a sense of contribution. No, not at all. Even if you give just 100 rupees, you can have a sense of contribution. Even if you don't give money at all, you give a smile to somebody, you bring a smile on somebody's face, you did the contribution. You tell somebody good morning and you change the state of mind of the person, it's a sort of contribution. So it does not necessarily have to be money only. Money is one of the vehicles, but there are multiple. You give your time to somebody, go and teach somebody, some underprivileged guy, it's a contribution. And see, no matter at what stage of life we are and how much rich we are, or whatever is the level of money we possess, there is always, you'll find somebody who's below you. Okay, and we should make it a practice to give something to somebody. Even let's say there's a corona thing going on, so giving 500 or 1000 rupees to this to prime minister fund will give you a sense of satisfaction, that I did something beyond myself. Because I'm not doing all the time for myself, because if you do always something for yourself, then it is stress. You are creating stress. You are just focusing on those primary four needs. Now let us look at it in order to understand that what do we do with this learning in our own life. So we talked about six needs. The first is the certainty, and certainty is the humongous part, and it is at the periphery, right? So if it is off the kilter, you are gone. You feel too much stressed. So for example, if you come to know that from tomorrow the grocery shops are going to be closed, you will panic. my goodness, I got to go and buy the stuff so that I can manage my 1 month grocery at home. Otherwise, what will happen to me? What will happen to my kids? What will happen to my spouse? You will get disturbed. So certainty need, we have to make sure that certainty need is fulfilled, and then only other things will be able to do. But do we need to, when things are normal, okay, we can get grocery whenever we need, or there's an in timely fashion, we can manage it, then we don't have to give too much priority to this, okay. And then the second need which comes is uncertainty. That is the need for variety, need for stimulus, need for a change. And then comes significance. That is the need for importance, being unique. And then the need for connection and love. We want to be bonded with others, or feeling of groups or togetherness. And then growth and contribution. So, as I said, that the first four needs, certainty, uncertainty, significance, connection, and love, they are the needs of personality. A person is going to do anything in order to fulfill those four needs. Okay. But whatever you do, you're not going to get satisfaction. Doesn't matter how much money you earn, doesn't matter how big you become, doesn't matter how big car you have. No, you are not, at some, you'll get excitement, you'll get pride, but that's not going to last. Okay, you achieve a lot of goals because of your hard work and the way you do things. You're decisive, and you are all the intelligence you have, you'll do well, you'll do brilliantly well, but you'll be stressed. you know why? Because those personality needs don't give you the satisfaction, the fulfillment don't doesn't come from those four needs. Fulfillment comes from this, what next two needs, which are the spiritual needs, that is growth and contribution. So we have to make sure that we continuously focus on growth and contribution. And if you want to focus, you can focus on three needs: connection, love, that is the number one, growth and contribution. So anyone, these three needs, if you continue to focus, you'll never be stressed. If you make these needs as a priority, you'll never be under stress. You'll always find a way. Okay. Now, let's look at some of the things that how do these needs apply in our life. You tell me anything you love to do, you really love to do, and I'll guarantee that whatever you love to do, that fulfills at least three of these six needs. At least three of these six needs, maybe all six also, but at least three of these six needs on a very high level, on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so for example, if you love to sing, so you'll see that it fulfills a lot of these needs on a very high level, on a scale of 1 to 10. So say, for example, somebody loves to sing, then does it feel certainty? Yes, it feels certainty. How? That he knows, he has this ability to know that it's going to give me pleasure. Okay, so he knows that it is going to fulfill certainty, he knows. And that's why many people watch the same movie again and again, because they know that watching the same movie is going to give me pleasure, is going to give me happiness, I enjoy that, that sort of thing. So that's the certainty. Let's talk about the singing exercise. Does it give you uncertainty? Yes, it gives you uncertainty, because you're working all the time, and you want to have a break from your place, from your work, or maybe you want to sing in a forum, so that gives you sort of variety. Okay, from the it brings you something, you get off the scene. Does it give you significance? Yes, it gives you significance, because you feel important, you feel unique, you feel needed, especially when you sing songs in front of friends, or your groups, or your families, and you make them feel good. You also feel good that you have contributed in their life. So that's also fulfilled. Does it give you connection and love? Yes, of course. By singing the song, you may connect with other people. Okay, or you connect with the singer. You like singer, you like R.D. Burman. So one of my Toastmaster friends, Manish, he's a fan of. This guy craves for Panchamda. He'll leave everything, but he'll not leave Panchamda concerts and all. So he somehow finds great connectivity with the Panchamda songs and Panchamda's all those groups. Also, he has a big group of Panchamda R.D. Burman songs. Uh, and then, does it give you growth? Singing song, yes, it gives you growth. May not be on a high level, or maybe you'd be thinking that when I'm practicing this, it gives me a feeling of sense of growth. That I'm practicing, my voice is becoming better, and so on and so forth. Now, does it fulfill your contribution need? Yes, when you are singing song, maybe you are helping so many people, you are changing the state of their mind, and hence you are making others feel good, and there is no satisfaction in the world by making others feel good with your work, by your work. So this is how it is fulfilling. Now, it certainty, of course, on a scale of 1 to 10, very high level, maybe 8, 9, 10. Uncertainty, because variety, yes, 8, 9, 10. Significance, yes, unique, 8, 9, 10. Connection and love, 8, 9, 10. Growth, not sure, but yeah, maybe 4, 5. Contribution, yes, you're making somebody feel good with your song, 8, 9, 10. So it is doing it on a very, very high level, and that is why you love to sing a song. So we'll do a couple of case study. Now, people who smoke, okay, people who smoke, even that is, they are smoking because that's fulfilling some of their needs. It is fulfilling at least 3 of their needs. That's why they have developed that addiction towards smoking, or maybe drugs, or maybe alcohol. So it's nothing is bad. Whatever they are doing, whatever behavior, whatever they are doing, is because they are trying to fulfill these 6 needs which their nervous system crave for. Okay. So now, if somebody is smoking, why somebody is smoking? Let's look at that. Now, when somebody is working, the manager I talked about, who tries to control everything, he smokes a lot. He smokes a lot. Every half hour, this guy will go out and will be surprised. What is this guy putting in his body? But he is doing well in the work. Okay. So every half an hour he'll go. So what? Maybe is he getting certainty? Yes, he's getting certainty by smoking. He's getting certainty. He's getting some pleasure. He's not associating pain to that. If he had associated pain to smoking, he would not do that. Okay, I associate pain to smoking because I think it affects the damage, and I can fulfill that need with some healthy habits. But people who are used to smoking, okay, they get that certainty, they get that pleasure. Is he getting variety? Of course, because half an hour the guy is working like hell, and he's contributing, he's producing the results, and then he wants a break. So it is giving him a sort of variety from what he's doing. So it fulfills his need of that. Does he get significance or attention? Well, normally you'll see that the uniqueness, it may not help him fulfill that uniqueness. Okay, but if he has developed a sort of identity of being a chain smoker, then okay, it helps him fulfill that significance also. That people know him. अरे अभी वो काम कर रहा था कहाँ गया, smoke करने गया है. So people know him. Okay. Love and connection, it definitely fulfills. How it fulfills love and connection? So you'll see that people who smoke, they normally go together. So they have this bonding developed. We all smoke together, we part of the same team. Or maybe if somebody is not going alone, he has a connection with himself. So what he does when he smokes and he pops out, then he has his body, his physiology changes. That changes a little bit of his certainty, and then he feels connected to himself. He's doing well, and somewhere that bonding with himself, it comes up. Is it doing growth and contribution? No, not at all, because growth is not helping in your body, and it's not you're not contributing beyond yourself. So it's not fulfilling that. But out of those 4 needs, 3 needs are being fulfilled on a very high level, and those 3 needs are certainty, the variety, and your love and connection. Okay, so these 3 needs, and that's why he's getting addicted to it. So let us do a couple of case study here with our group of friends. Like, you tell me anything you love to do, and we'll try to figure out that why you love to do. Yeah, who would like to volunteer? Yeah, we can't hear you. Gaurav, you are saying something?
No, I was going to say have alumni meets, whether Zoom or physical meeting with close friends. Catch up with close friends. If I like to do that, how can that fulfill these 6 things?
Correct. Exactly. So see, Gaurav, by just seeing Gaurav, we know that he gives a lot of importance to love and connection. Okay, he's the guy who has started this WhatsApp group. So he has connected all of us, and he likes to meet people. So he likes to meet new people. So that is fulfilling his variety needs as well. And since he enjoys that, it is helping him fulfill his certainty need, because he'll gain pleasure out of it. He knows that by doing this, I will get pleasure out of it. So there is an ability to know that you can avoid pain or gain pleasure. So you have the ability to know by doing this I'll gain pleasure. So it's fulfilling your certainty need. It's fulfilling your variety needs because you like to meet new people and have a stimulating discussion, know about others. It is fulfilling your significance need as well, that yeah, you are helping people come together. That gives you a sense of importance to yourself, as well as we also appreciate that, so that is a great thing what you're doing, Gaurav. And the fourth, of course it does love and connection, because I think you are a love bug and you keep connecting people, you enjoy talking to them, so it fulfills that. Does it give you growth need? Yes, because you like to talk to people, you learn from them who is doing what is doing, and maybe something good comes up, you'll enjoy that too. So it is helping you in your fulfilling your growth need. Does it give you contribution need? Of course it is fulfilling your contribution need, because you're doing it beyond yourself. You may not get anything out of it, but at least there may be other people may come together and they can get something out of it, so I don't know, in terms of a scale 1 to 10, you will be the right person to tell on a scale of 1 to 10 what need is being fulfilled by this. Uh, Maybe 8, 10 something, or 5, 6 something, but at least 3 will be 8 plus, 8
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
plus. Yeah,
The connection and love, growth, contribution, 8 plus.
exactly.
Uncertainty because you don't know who you will meet, which friends will show up, which will not show up.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so much uncertainty, but yeah, I think it's a good one. Yeah,
Good.
anybody
Yeah.
else can also give
Yes,
an
excellent.
example?
Hi Anand, this
Hi,
how
hi.
to come out, of the comfort zone where we are there, because the mind is reluctant to come out, to find the challenge, or like it's changing a job or meeting a new boss.
Yes. So thank you very much, Gunasekharan, for this is a very practical example, practical case. Could you please give a little bit more details so that every one of us understand the context? Is that okay?
Let's say earlier I was in Gain India Limited, everybody knows, for almost 15 years.
Right.
So it was very tough for me to come out of the comfort zone to change a job, because it was the comfort zone was good, the bosses, the environment, everything was friendly. So how to break that barrier?
Excellent. So first of all, you wanted to be in Gale, correct? So why you like that? So you like that because it fulfills at least 3 of your needs on a very high level. Okay. So you enjoyed in Gale, right? Because you
Yeah,
said bosses were good, people were good, right? So you had this ability, you had the certainty need was being fulfilled, that you had this ability to know that I get pleasure here. Okay, I will not get pain here. There's no problem here, and I can continue to grow with Gale. That sort of thought process you had. So certainty
yeah,
need was being fulfilled. There was no pain involved there being in Gale. Okay, so your certainty need was being fulfilled. There's no challenge. The atmosphere was good. And there was a stability. There was a comfort. Secondly, variety need. Now, variety was not being fulfilled there. Maybe variety might be being fulfilled if you are changing your positions. If you keep getting different type of assignments in the same company, then you would enjoy that, because
correct.
yeah. So that is one thing. If you get different type of, I don't know if you're getting different types of assignment or same type of assignment.
It was a monotonous,
Monotonous.
and
Okay. So variety need was not being fulfilled. No problem.
exactly.
Yeah. Third one, need of significance. Now, did people give you a lot of importance there, that you, Guna Shekran, you are a nice person, you are doing your job so well, and were you getting the respect and appreciation?
Come again, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm asking, were you able to get the people's respect there? You are known there that Guna Shekran is a very good person. Whatever he does it perfectly well, and it helps the company. Something like that. Were people able were appreciating you?
Yeah, majority of the time.
Majority of the time. So it means you felt that significance was there, right? You were respected. You felt needed. You felt needed there. This is very important. If you don't feel needed, no, I'm telling you, people will not stick. If you feel needed for whatever the reason, this is very important, that it makes us stay there. Then so certainty got fulfilled, significance got fulfilled, love and connection. Did you have a group there? Maybe your wife had a group, bonding with others, you had a team, or in the society you're living together, spending some time together, you felt a part of that group. Was something like that?
Yeah,
It was there. Very nice. Yeah. So that was also not letting you leave that job. You were reluctant to leave because that was love and connection was being fulfilled. Now, what about growth? I mean, were you growing there in terms of positions, in terms of monetary benefit, or because job you said it was the same, so there was no assignment, new roles, no challenging assignments. So job was the same. So job, but what about positions or money?
Positions were promotions were not in time.
Okay, not that too much. So growth was not being fulfilled there. Okay, so maybe very low, 0 to
Slow growth.
3.
Slow growth.
Low growth. Okay. Then contribution. Were you able to contribute beyond yourself? Meaning, of course, when you are working, see, contribution, you don't have to, many people consider in a different way, but it's a contribution has to be considered in a other than what many people follow actually. So when I'm working and I'm contributing, I have the sense that I'm contributing, I'm adding value to the organization, and so did you have that sense that, yes, I'm contributing here?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, you had. Now, on a scale of 0 to 10, let's talk about how much certainty it was giving you. Meaning, yes, I have this, I'm getting pleasure here because of multiple reasons. There's a stability here, there's a comfort here. How much on a scale of 1 to 10 that was there, or 0 to 10 that was there?
Say 7.
7. Variety, of course, will be very low. You said there was no challenges.
That was low.
That was
3
low.
or 4.
Yeah, and significance, you said that yes, many people gave you importance because of your good work. So how much you think significance could be there?
7 or 8. Yeah.
7 or 8. Okay. How much you think love and connection could be there?
6 or 7.
6 or 7. Okay. How much you think growth could be there? So growth, you said it was not much there. Okay.
Not much.
Less.
4 or 3. Yeah.
So anything below 5 doesn't add much value. Anything above 6 adds value. How much contribution was there?
6. Let's say 6.
So look, so at least your 4 needs out of 6 got fulfilled here. Your certainty got 7. Your variety, let's put below 5. Your what you call it? Your significance was 7. Your love and connection was 7, and your contribution was 6 or 7. Right? So 4 needs got fulfilled, isn't it?
Correct.
So that's the reason you like that place. Correct.
Oh.
Now, the second question you asked is very important. That no, how do I become uncomfortable? Because magic happens in the beyond the comfort zone. Because see, when we are in the comfort zone, no, we like to stay there. We are not really growing, and growth has a different definition. But we have to understand that if you want to grow in life and really enjoy, then we have to go beyond the comfort zone, because there lies the magic. Meaning you have to stretch yourself. See, people say, if I achieve this goal, I'll be very happy. No, it's wrong. When you achieve the goal, that gives you excitement. What gives you lasting happiness is what you become as a person in the process of achieving that goal. Okay, so if I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment and I want to move to 3-bedroom apartment, for example, then yes, I'll work hard. So that's my desire, that's my goal. Okay, I work hard, I earn more money, and I buy that. Correct? So you'll buy, but how long will you be happy with that? Maybe when you buy, you do the housewarming ceremony, people will come, will congratulate you, you'll stay together well, you'll feel comfortable, but that excitement doesn't last. But what lasts is the pride. The pride you develop about yourself. Man, this is me. I'm coming from this place. I had this much salary, and today I am grown to this extent. This is what gives you lasting happiness. So growth has to be there. The sense of growth has to be there. So now the question is, how do we become uncomfortable? So one thing is, of course, understanding, having your goals in life, and thinking about your family. See, as I'll tell you, all of our friends here, we have to come out of ourselves, because as long as we are thinking all the time about ourselves, it is going to create stress. We are not going to be fulfilled. We have to think beyond ourselves. Think about your spouse, think about your parents, think about your kids, think about your community, think about world. That is what, when you add value to that, you get satisfaction. When you work for your family, you get satisfaction. You work for yourself also, but you do something beyond yourself. And family is very important part of our life. So one way to become uncomfortable is, okay, I'm living in one bedroom apartment and I'm not happy. I have two kids, it's not going to work. So that gives you pain. Your certainty gets disturbed. You feel bad about it, and you take action. No, I got to change it. You start looking for a new job. Okay, so that's how we have to think that yes, I have to keep growing and keep contributing if I want to have lasting happiness and fulfillment.
Thank you, Anand Kumar. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome.
Great. It was a great session. Thank you.
Thanks, Gunasekharan. So, friends, since we have 23 more minutes and we have some songs also to hear, so let us proceed. Is that okay? Or anybody has any question on the needs part? Nobody? Yeah. So, okay to move?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
One observation, Anand. In any of your pointers, how to manage stress, there was no reference made to contentment or not to have too many desires. Is that not one of the
No,
themes
I
to
think
work on?
you can have too many desires. No problem. No problem at all. It's always good to have too many desires. Why should we restrict ourselves? I mean, desires are the vehicles, but yeah, I mean, we should not be stressed. That is the point. There's no harm in having dreams about becoming like Dhirubhai Ambani, becoming like Prime Minister. No, there's absolutely not. But that should not become a stress. We should consider it as a growth path. That's how we should look at it. We should not think about that having too many desires is going to because see, I'll tell you, Gaurav, you were there in the previous both sessions. We human beings have infinite potential. I'm telling you, there is something which is making Mahatma Gandhi, but at the same time there is something which is creating Hitler also. There is something which is creating Dhirubhai Ambani, but there is something which is creating a person who is struggling throughout the life also. So there are ways to do things, and there's no harm at all. We have to be content, no, because when I talk about gratitude here, but then in later slides, when you are grateful, you be grateful for what you have and then strive for more. So you'll avoid the stress. I'll give you some tips around the gratitude. Yeah, we'll talk about it under stress. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
No, you answered it, but you started the conversation saying that there could be somebody who's happy with 1 lakh. There is somebody who's not happy with 10 lakhs per month also.
Yeah, correct.
I'm saying everybody cannot reach 10 lakhs, but then if they have a plan to go from 1 to 10, like you said, abundance and ultimate potential, that's good. But if they don't have a plan and they just have a dream of 10 lakhs, there will be perennial stress saying, boss, jana hai, but kaise jana hai, malum nahi hai.
Correct.
Lockdown mein phase hue hain.
Right.
And they always say, like I said, some skills are there which are differently monetizable. If somebody is a stock trader, maybe he can make a lot of money. If somebody is a farmer and he has a small patch of land, he can only grow so much and do some sophisticated farming and grow 10%, 20% more, unless he suddenly stops growing and sells his land to some highway project and makes one shot 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. That's it, and then lives off that money. So everybody does not have. I'm saying it's easy to say that okay, everybody should dream to be a Dhirubhai Ambani, but like I said, it's very hard and far between 1 in a million case like that. Otherwise, you'll be just stressed. So, are there any tools how to not to make compromising? There was I cannot improve my situation, but how to be satisfied? Like I said, maybe through a gratitude exercise or something to say, hey, I'm healthy, I'm eating well. I could eat every day in 5-star, but that will give me cholesterol. But then if I eat at home and healthy food and with my family and kids and parents, that is much more happier than to be away from them and earning more in some other place and not being with family. So I'm just trying to reconcile with that because when you come out of COVID, I think a lot of people are saying people will lose jobs, salaries will get cut, you will not get hikes, bonuses will be zero, you will only get base salary, air travel will get expensive or restricted. So that joy of international holidays will not be there. So how will we live in a new world where, there will be abundance maybe in 5 years, but for the next 2-3 years, there might be scarcity, supply chain will disrupt, you cannot get what you want, your favorite vegetables and fruits. So how do we just condition our brain to say that, hey, let's play the long game and survive the short term, but these are the tools by which you can do positive affirmations or, do some kind of exercises, mind exercises.
Very correct, very correct. So we'll talk about that, Gaurav. And as long as, just briefly, I'll tell you about having the goals. See, again, Tony Robbins keeps saying people can achieve any goal. Any one of us can achieve any goal. Okay, but right, I know it's hard work, and we should not live in fool's paradise also. So you have to make the goal compelling, and there is a process to make the goal compelling. We'll talk about it, that
Hmm.
what we could do, but let's focus on the
Yeah.
stress first, and then we'll see if time
Yeah.
permits. We'll talk about that. So now, so since we have less time, so we'll try to run fast also. Now, this slide I had shown earlier, see, many of us, so many people think that I should not have problems in life. Okay, so I don't want to take more time right now. So I just straight away put this quote, that Norman Vincent Peale, what he has said: problems are a sign of life. The only people who don't have them are those in the cemetery. Meaning, as long as we are breathing, we are going to have problems. Now, if we work on our own capability, then of course problems become smaller. So we have to keep working on ourselves, and so we should come out of this thinking that no, I should not have any problem in life. That's not going to happen. So that's the first breakthrough, that every one of us should understand that problems are going to be there, and it's a part and parcel. It's a, let us treat these problems as opportunities. Okay, let's treat this problem as a way to live life or contribute to somebody else, or use it as our own growth, so on and so forth. But let us not live in fool's paradise that no, my life should not have problems. That's not going to happen. So that's the first thing we need to understand. Then what is stress? So stress, just a quick definition. This has been given by Richard Lazarus, and it says it's a condition or feeling experienced when a person perceives that demands exceed the personal and social resources that individual is able to mobilize. Okay, so he just, the person is, he feels, he just perceives, it may not be reality again, it's not at all related to reality. It's just that what the person is thinking in his head, that whatever is the demand at that particular point in time, that's going, that he's unable to cope with that, he's unable to fulfill that. So in short, we experience stress when we feel out of control. When our certainty needs get affected, we feel stressed. Okay, that, oh my god, there's a pain out here, so you feel stress. And any type of a stress is, again, is an illusion. It's an illusion that something is, I'm going to lose, something is going to miss, so that's what is stress, and it is out of control. So if I have to pay my EMI next month, and let's say I have to pay 50,000 rupees, and my bank account have 40,000 rupees, then I get stressed. Man, how do I manage it? But if I know, okay, I have my relatives, my friends, and I can easily borrow from them, then I'll feel comfortable. Okay, so this is just the feeling that out of that, oh, things are out of control, and hence that stress comes. Okay, so this is one thing we need to understand. And quickly, there are four types of stress, only four types. Any type of stress you feel, they will fall under one of these four categories. First is the time stress. You got to complete your project by this time, deadline, and you are unable to, you think, again, you think that no, man, I can't do that by that time. Okay, you have to catch the aeroplane, and you know that it takes 1 hour to reach, and I have just half an hour, you get stressed. So anything related to time is time stress. Anticipatory stress, meaning somebody anticipates that something wrong may happen. So somebody was asked, you give a presentation, and he is nervous, or he or she is nervous that something wrong may happen. So that's the anticipatory stress. He anticipates, he or she anticipates. There's a fear of unknown. Third is the situational stress, something which has occurred, say corona thing, it has occurred. Something, job loss, it has occurred. So there is a situation, you have come into that situation, and that causes the stress. And fourth is the encounter stress, meaning this is the stress with the people. When you have this, that when I see this guy, when I see this boss, when I see this colleague or senior, or see this so and so person, whenever I encounter, I get stress, for some reason or other. Doctors also get sometimes stress, because they have to manage with the patients and deal with the same kind of things throughout, since morning to evening, and they have this encounter stress. So any type of stress you feel, feel this comes under only one of these four categories, and this is known as test. I mean, this just I have given this acronym just to remember this four. Now, how is stress created? This is related to fight and flight mechanism. So, just in the interest of time, we'll just move forward. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, it's what Hans Selye is one of the scientists, philosopher who has contributed a lot to the stress study and how to manage them. And he says that it's not stress that kills us; it is our reaction to it. Okay, so that's what we have to understand, that how do we react to certain situation, certain problem. That is what creates the stress. Okay, it's not the real stress which creates the problem. No, not at all. It's the way we are thinking. That is what is creating the stress. So I'll just show you one video and let's watch it.
It's been discovered in the laboratory that intention does have physical effects.
Placebo effect is the fact that a belief that a person has can override their biology. At least 1/3 of all healings has to do with the placebo effect.
Sending an intention that I am better is sending information to the body to correct itself.
When we think positive thoughts, we release certain chemicals into our body. When we think negative thoughts, we release negative chemicals into our body.
We know that our brain is changeable. We know that our bodies are changeable just by thought alone.
1/3 of all healings occurs without anybody doing anything other than having a positive thought.
So that's what I mean. It's all related to positive thought and negative thought. So this is just a proof that so many people have mentioned about it. So rather than me saying, I thought, let me show you this video. Now, what are some of the habits we should follow for stress-free living? So Gaurav, also you spoke about this gratitude, the contentment, the satisfaction, things like that. So let's try to understand this. We should try to be in the state of gratitude and appreciation all the time. Doesn't matter what the life is, or how the surroundings are, what problems we have, how much money we have, doesn't matter at all. We should be grateful to God all the time. Now, if I request you all to take your take your finger like this, yeah, put it under your nose, everybody, yeah, and just let me know in the chat box, are you breathing? Yes, no, maybe. Put it in the chat box. Are you breathing? Nobody is responding in the okay, everybody, okay. Yeah, so you're breathing, right? Okay, 2 people raise hand. Okay, 2 participants. Others are not breathing, perhaps. Okay, 3. Okay, no problem. So the point is this: if you are breathing, friends, we should be grateful. Just imagine if you are not breathing. There are so many people who are going away, passing away at this point in time. When we get up early morning, we must thank God. We should express our gratitude to God, express our appreciation to God. Because 2.5 lakhs people, the statistics shows that 2.5 lakhs people don't get up when they go to sleep. There is no reason on this planet why we can't be grateful. So what happens is that if we are healthy, shouldn't we be grateful for our health? There are so many people who are not healthy. Whenever I think of being grateful, and when I see my kids, I feel so grateful. Man, I have these healthy kids. And in my relation itself, there's one kid who cannot walk. So you see, there's so many people who have the problems in life, who have the challenges in life, but we don't focus on what we have. We are focusing on what we don't have. So if you have 5 lakhs rupees a month today, we want to move to 10 lakhs rupees a month. But I guarantee when you reach 10 lakhs rupees a month, tomorrow you will try to reach to 20 lakhs rupees a month. You are not going to be fulfilled. But if you are fulfilled today, I can guarantee that you will reach there faster and you'll enjoy the process. So gratitude is very powerful. And one of the practices around gratitude is writing gratitude journal. So every morning when you wake up, you get freshen up, just find a quiet place in your home and write gratitude 7 to 10 minutes continuously. And thank you, God, for my life. Thank you, God, for my spouse. Thank you, God, for my parents. Thank you, God, for my kids. Thank you, God, for my health. Thank you, God, for my locality. Thank you, God, for my colleagues, my friends. Thank you, God, for my health. Health, again, you can thank each organ of your body. Thank you, God, for my heart. Just look at this heart. You did not have to earn heart. Heart was given to you, and heart is running all the time without asking for any remuneration, right? So let us be thankful for eyes, for our face, for everything and everyone around us. We must feel gratitude, and if we develop that attitude, you will never be stressed. Tony Robbins will keep saying gratitude is antidote to fear, and fear is the code word for stress. It means if you are grateful, you will not be stressed, because you'll always find an empowering meaning no matter what the situation. Okay, so you can give a try and practice. Then second thing is forgive and forget. So a lot of challenges occur in our encounter. Stress happen because of the relationships, the way somebody is not dealing, because everybody is a different type of energy, and everybody is working as per their own opinion. So nobody is doing, everybody is doing their best as per their own level of consciousness. So we, in case somebody hurts us, we hurt somebody, there's no point in keeping that grudge inside us, because that is going to harm us. So having that attitude of forgive and forget is very helpful in reducing your stress, because that damages yourself. When you forgive somebody, you don't forgive you forgive the person, but you don't forgive the act. So at least that as a person is good, but the act, the behavior was not good. Practice meditation, very very important aspect. I don't know how many of you do meditation. Does anybody of you do meditation? You can just put a message in your chat, but you can just raise your hand if you do meditation. Yeah, how many of you do meditation? Okay, a few of you, I don't see the messages. I don't know if I am seeing in the right place. Okay, now this I would encourage friends that if you spend just 10 minutes a day on meditation, you will feel the big difference in your life. Because when you do meditation, you become, you get peace immediately. Your mind stops wandering. From wandering, there are 60,000 thoughts on an average day. On an average day, an average adult goes to 60,000 thoughts. People who think too much, they do up to 90,000 thoughts. Okay, so if you just look at 60,000 thoughts, you can imagine that how many thoughts at every second we are going through. So what happens, that when you do meditation, your mind becomes calm, your focus becomes clear, and when you have clear thinking, you manifest your goals faster. Okay, you are able to control your emotions. Whenever somebody misbehaves with you, you don't immediately react, but rather you feel in control, and then you act accordingly to handle the situation well. So there's tremendous benefit of meditation. So do that 10 minutes a day. That will add a lot of value. And the fourth one is taking 100% responsibility for your life and the results you produce in your life. This is also, if you attended the previous program, we discussed one equation, E plus R equals O, where events plus response equals outcome. Now, events are fixed, but the response, the way you respond to that event, the situation, that determines your outcome. Who is choosing that response? We are choosing our response in our own mind. There's nobody forcing us to choose our response. People may influence, situation may influence, but nobody is controlling us. So we are choosing the response. So there is no point in blaming somebody, complaining about things, justifying the results. No, better we take the responsibility of whatever I am today, whatever results I have produced in my life today, and then act towards what the desires, the goals. So that's how you when you take 100% responsibility, don't blame yourself either, because if you blame yourself, that is beating up. That's not good either. Don't do that. So take the responsibility. Taking responsibility meaning taking the charge. You are becoming in charge of your own life, and then you take action to improve your situation. Other tips like regular exercise is very important. Okay, so we all know, I don't have to emphasize more. And taking proper nutrition and diet, so you all know that. Okay, now this is also adding to the same. So we are running short of time, so we'll just quickly walk through. Now whatever we discuss, about our needs, meeting our needs, about the stress management. If we just follow these 7 things in this particular sequence, life is going to be awesome. Okay, but in this sequence is very important, and that's why it is known as pyramid of mastery. And these are the, you can't miss the bottom one and reach the top one, so because if you try to reach the top one missing the bottom one, you are not going to be fulfilled. You are not going to have that extraordinary life. So what is that? The very first thing, which is the base of the pyramid, and that is the body. We have to take care of our physical body, so we have to take care of our health. Health is gone, everything is gone, right? So even if I become very rich, I can't enjoy because my body doesn't support, because the body is the vehicle to enjoy the success, but the body itself doesn't support in enjoying the experience of the life. Then what is the point in becoming super rich? So health is of paramount importance and is the most important of all in the 7 areas. So let us not ignore that, especially when we are in 40s, right? Once you do the body, the second thing in the hierarchy is the emotions and meaning. See, once your body is good, that's excellent. Now the second thing is the emotions, the meaning. How do you manage your emotion? See, again, you are very rich, you are super successful, but what is your emotional home? If you live in a big house, but your emotional home is stress, your emotional home is anger, your emotional home is frustration, your emotional home is fear. So that is your real home. It's not the big house, it's not the big bungalow. So we have to understand that we should learn to master our emotions, to master our meaning. Meaning, whatever is happening in our life, you can change your life immediately, right in that moment, by finding an empowering meaning. So if Corona thing is happening, now look at it, Arjun has a different mindset, different meaning. Okay, we have a different meaning. Everybody has a different meaning. Now what we have to do, we have to choose a meaning which supports us, which supports our growth. Okay, when you choose that meaning, you will not be stressed. When you choose any disempowering meaning which does not support your growth, you're going to be stressed. Okay, so I choose, okay, even if Corona is there, man, this is of course I don't enjoy, so many people are dying and all, that's the sad part of it, but I want to take a positive aspect out of it. No, so this is going to help me grow in my training and development. This is going to help me grow in building relationships with my people. It's going to help me grow by investing my time and efforts in learning new skills. So that's how I look at it. I think we all should find an empowering meaning. Doesn't matter what is happening, any meaning which is helping us grow. Third, relationships. And until you master your meaning, until you master your emotions, your relationship will not work well. Because see, when there are two people coming together, especially the intimate relationship and family relationship with the colleagues and friends, community, all the things are there, but intimate relationships play a very important role. And you see, we have this male and female, and both have different energy, and both have diagonally opposite energy, and that's why sometimes conflicts occur. So if you look at male, they have the male dominant energy, which is known as masculine energy. If you look at female, they have the feminine energy. Okay, female dominant energy, feminine energy. Now both are diametrically opposite. What are these? There are two qualities which are diametrically opposite. So let me explain to you quickly. Masculine energy always wants to empty out. Okay, it wants to just empty out, just doesn't want to keep in head, just take it out, finish it, close it. Feminine energy is like engaging type. They want to continue it for some time. Okay, so for example, you attend a meeting, and then you come home. Your wife asks you, how was the meeting? You say, it was good, I achieved the result. And then you watch TV or you go to other place. You don't continue the conversation with the wife, because you want to empty out. You immediately finish it. Now, female is not happy with that. Feminine energy wants some engaging conversation. That tell her in detail. Okay, you went to the office, you met so and so person spoke about it, and you spoke like this, and this is how the result came. When you speak in a elaborative manner, the feminine energy is going to appreciate that. So that totally different energy, and that's why the conflicts come. And wife will think that my husband is a different type of person. Husband thinks my wife is a different type of person. She doesn't think like me, and wife thinks he doesn't think like me. but they are two different energies that are by nature, by gift of God. There's another quality which is different between both. Men are achievement oriented. They want to achieve things. Okay. Females are loving and sharing nature. They more than achievement, they are of caring nature. They like to care for the people. So we get more driven by significance, male energy. Female get more driven by love and connection. So the different need, different priorities. Okay. So that's why when we are working because we want to achieve something, females don't want to intervene because it's okay, the husband is growing, but at the same time, she might not be happy that she's not getting the proper caring, she's not getting enough time with her husband, with her kids. So that's another point to look at. Now, what we have to do? This we have to respect one another. Husband has to respect his wife has to respect her husband, and there has to be some sort of understanding that I respect you, you respect me, and have an unconditional love. Respect one another need, because these are the needs, these are the energies. Nobody can control that. It's by nature has given us. Okay, so we can't change one another. Okay, but we have to respect one another and live happily. So male has to understand the female energy, so that he fulfills the female energy need. Life will be awesome. Female has to understand the male energy, male need, and she has to fulfill the male needs, and then the conflicts will not arise. Because so that's the reason why we need to focus on conflict, and that will happen only when you master your emotion. If you don't master your emotion, you are going to get off track. You feel bad, you feel angry, and things will result into stress. Fourth is time. Where do you focus your time? Where do you, in your mind, where do you focus on most of the time? Meaning, are you focusing on what you want, or you're focusing on what you don't want? Many people are focusing on what is the lack, what they don't want. Okay, so if I want to earn more money, so many people would think I don't have enough money. No, I have to focus on I have money and I want to earn more money. This is how it works. So the way you focus your time, that is very critical. So let's focus on what we want, not on what we don't want. And you see, money has not come yet, by the way. In this hierarchy, the finance has not yet come. You can look at it. And after you focus on your time, then you find a way how you are going to contribute to your workplace, how you are going to grow your career, how you are going to contribute to this world. Do you have some mission in life? So all those things come only at the fifth level, after mastering all these four, the below ones. If any one of the below ones are get affected, they are not on the same scale on the form of wheel, then the wheel is not going to run faster. Okay, so wheel of life will get affected. And now comes finance. The money is the sixth in the hierarchy, but many people, they are behind finance, making finance at the at highest level priority. That's the first thing. But just imagine, you focus on earning money a lot, okay, and you earn money also. Let's say you work hard, definitely you earn money, no doubt in that. But if your body is not good, if you're emotionally not calm, how do you be able to enjoy? If relationships are not good, how are you going to enjoy? If you're going to always feeling angry or focusing on something what is missing, how are you going to enjoy your finance? So it's very important to master all this in the same sequence. And when you master all this in the same sequence, then finally you celebrate and contribute. And that is the sense of spirituality. That is the sense of oneness. That gives you ultimate joy. That gives you ultimate fulfillment. So I would urge you all to give it a shot and think about it. That how you give priority to these 7 areas. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much priority you give to physical body? Do you do exercise every day, or at least 5 days a week? Yes, you're on a good track. But no, I don't take care of my health, but I give my work career mission is 10, and my physical body is 2 or 3. My meaning is maybe 7, 6, 7. That's why I'm doing well in the work. My relationship, let's say 6, 7. My time, let's say 6, 7. My finance, let's say 10. and if you have, and celebrate, contribute will come to something. But look at it. Your physical body is 2, your emotion meaning 6, 7, relationship 6, 7, your time is 6, 7, your work is 10, your finance is 10. Think about is that wheel. In the wheel, 2 is here, 10 is here, 8 is here, and then your wheel is not perfect. So then if you drive that wheel, it's going to tumble. It's not going to smoothly run. So this is how we have to look at our life, that we give priorities. We need all the 7, and we need to give, but we need to give priorities in that sequence. We can be 10, 10, 10 on all, but we must not ignore any thing which is below the hierarchy. That's what the bottom line is. I like this Dalai Lama quote. Dalai Lama says that Dalai Lama was asked that what surprised him most about humanity. Somebody asked, what surprises you most about humanity? He answered, man surprises me most because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health. And then he is so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present or the future. He lives as if he's never going to die, and then dies having never really lived. So this is a quote of Dalai Lama, the spiritual guy, something to think about, that yes, health is of course of the highest importance. Yeah. So I think this is what we are done with the session, and hope you liked it, and I wish you all to have a wonderful stress-free life. And we can have some question answer if anybody wants to discuss.